Hello and welcome. Today I need to do some organizing on all of my craft supplies. I have ordered a bunch of stuff. I've been ordering things like embellishments and things to organize my beads with, and I have it all just sitting around on top of the mess that already exists. So today's going to be a bit of a organizing video. I have a lot of yarn I need to respin too because I got a yarn spinner. Also, I'm almost done with a commission and I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. It's a spiderweb top, but it is like circusy. It's going to have some like frills at the bottom, like hanging down with some beads so that this individual who bought this can spin and the strings will fly with them, and it's supposed to look really cool. So it looks better like on the body. It's kind of contrasting with itself when it's layered like that. But I just wanted to show you guys what I've been up to. I ended up going to a market recently and I sold one of my sock monkeys, and I was really surprised by that because I priced it like truly how it felt like it should be priced and what I calculated and stuff. And it was really cool to be able to like actually make a sale and being true to myself and the value of my art. And it was awesome. And I actually sold out of a lot of my bookmarks and other things like that at this market, so I haven't had the time to sit down and make anything because my room is so unorganized. I've been traveling lately and I'm going to be traveling in another month or so. So I am trying to make sure that when I come back home, I am organized. I can run my business smoothly. I'm not running into this issue all the time where I don't know where something is. I don't know where to put something. Things aren't where they belong. It's actually funny. I used to be like a person who like hated cleaning my room. I knew where everything was in my whole mess and I didn't need to clean it. And I hated cleaning my room because like while it felt nice to have a clean room, it just felt pointless. And now I'm to the point where if I do not clean my room like every single day, I like lose my mind. And I know what you're thinking. It's like, wow, your room's always messy though. What are you talking about? I know, but that's why I clean it every day. So I have to keep on top of it or else like I cannot focus. And it's just gotten to the point now where it is crowding my whole mind. I don't even have any current projects right now because I have stopped everything because I don't want to do anything because it's so unorganized. So today I'm going to be organizing my beads, respinning my yarn, reorganizing my totes, and prioritizing what needs to be more easily accessible in my room because my whole setup is a little bit crafty, you could say. I'm going to show you guys a bit of my room as I go along so you can see where I keep all of my stuff. You can see how poorly I organize my things right now. And I also have a bunch of like crochet tools now, I guess, besides hooks that I need to like organize and put into a spot. So before I start spinning the yarn, I did want to show you guys the yarn spinner too because this is my new addition to my crochet tool family and it is really useful. I use my wrists a lot when I try to respin yarn and I don't realize how much like fatigue I get when I'm doing that because I'm actually crocheting and using my wrist and then respinning the yarn and everything basically adds up and ultimately makes you exhausted. So I'll show you guys how it works really quick. It just kind of plugs in right here and then it has the on and off button and it clamps onto whatever like desk or bookcase that you have. I couldn't fit it onto my desk. Messy desk. I could not fit it onto there though because it's too big. So I had to put it on my little bookcase, which is fine. And let me show you. So when you turn it on, it spins like this and you would have the yarn ball forming here while your string is run through this little chamber here. Here is the yarn pile that I have created. A lot of these I had to like untangle as I was spinning them, so I didn't film it just because it was such like a choppy time lapse. I also have some yarn that I'm gonna donate just because I don't plan on using this, and I actually did get this from the thrift store back when I was trying to do a lot of scrap yarn projects and I never ended up using it, so I don't see myself using it now that I have a lot of cotton yarn. So I'm just gonna donate it to somebody who will use it. Alright, so luckily my new beads are already organized. I ordered these off of Amazon and they actually came organized, which is nice. Because the last time that I ordered from Amazon, my beads came like this. And these are letter beads, by the way, so very hard to look through and differentiate when they're this tiny and there's this many colors. It's horrible. I can't find anything, actually. And I'm pretty sure I'm actually just missing some colors and some letters. I think they may have just thrown a bunch of random beads into a container and sold it to me. So I did get some little containers like this that I can like organize them. Let's see. They come with little individual containers that all fit into one container, and they're pretty small and compact, so it's nice. I can probably stack them up somewhere and have them tucked away. The current organizer that I have for my beads is from Target. The problem with this is that if it flips upside down or falls, the beads start to mix because it's not like a perfect seal in here. So I end up having to reorganize all the time anyways. So I wanted to get something that was going to be a little bit more reliable. I like that I can kind of just grab a specific thing and maybe take it on the go. I'm very much a on-the-go crafter. Whenever I go to markets and stuff, I usually make stuff while I'm there too. So it's nice to be able to bring things. I also grabbed these beads from Amazon as well. They're like wooden beads. I needed some that were like yarn friendly, I guess, like that I could fit my yarn through, especially like the thicker ones too, because a lot of beads are made for like a really tiny string and they will not fit anything besides that tiny string. You can't even get like a needle through some of the beads that I have in here, but I still keep them in case, I don't know. I'm a crafter. Hoarding is acceptable. So I think the plan is going to be to fill these little guys with what's in here, and then I'm going to put these wooden beads into this, since this has bigger spacing in between everything, and these are bigger beads. I don't think they're gonna spill through everything like the tinier ones are. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Alright, I've cleared this thing out. Disregard my ring light reflection. Sorry. But I filled in all of these guys. I did like color coordinating for the letters because like I almost alphabetized them, but I didn't have the room. Alphabetizing them would have been great, but very exhausting. And then I have most of my beads that won't really fit yarn in one container. Some of them will, but most of them are just kind of put away in case I ever do end up using them. So this was an amazing purchase. I'm really glad because I actually had the perfect amount. I even had one for my buttons, and I have charms. I only have one, but I planned on getting more, so I have one for those. And yeah, it's really nice to be a little more organized, to not have to worry about not tipping stuff over and then it's spilling everywhere. I had to make like a little miscellaneous one because some of them didn't fit. And some of them are like, so there's only 3 of these big guys. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to give them their own container. So I just put like some of the ones that were kind of miscellaneous all together. Now I get to fill this in. I'm going to use my colored beads. And then I have a bunch of wooden ones that look like this. So I'm going to do these because they're a little bit bigger and they're all going to be wooden. So it'll be like kind of consistent because I care about that. Okay, so I'm slightly bothered that I can't fit them all next to each other and I had to like clear out some random part for the rest of the beads, but whatever, it's okay. This is significantly more organized than it ever was, so I am honestly just happy that it won't take me so long to look through everything. That was the goal, and I was like really worried it wasn't going to close, but it does. So, yay! Okay, I told you guys I was going to show you the setup. Also, the sun is coming through on my privacy film, so that's why there's a rainbow on me. Sorry. This is the setup. I mean, this is it kind of disassembled. I'm running into things. This is my desk. I have another compartment underneath my desk where I store things like my yarn. And then I also have this one here, like a rolling one. And I use this for yarn as well. Right now I keep this in my closet. It's probably going to stay there. But I have it filled with stuff that I don't really use. And it's actually really easily accessible compared to the desk because I put out a table to make it like an L-shaped desk usually. So it's hard to open the drawers and grab yarn. So I'm going to rearrange it so that the yarn that I use more frequently is in here. And I'm probably going to move my knitting needles and stuff because I don't use those as often as well. So I'm just going to rearrange some stuff right now. Alright, so I did what I can for today. My room's still a mess, but I am going to show you guys where I've reorganized everything. Here's my under the desk setup. I'm going to be using this for my plush yarn and my velvet and stuff because they're a lot larger, so it's a lot more space. And I don't grab these as frequently as I grab smaller skeins, so this is a perfect spot for them. Here I have all of my acrylic yarn and some extra cotton that just didn't fit with the rest of the cotton. These are the yarns that I use least frequently just because they are the lowest quality yarns that I have. They're kind of just my backups. They come in handy, of course. I mean, it's good yarn still, but I sell a lot of my stuff, so I prefer to have it with a higher quality yarn. I threw all of my art junk in here because I honestly don't use it as often, and everything that I do use, like my colored pencils and stuff, is kind of at the top. And then my bottom desk drawer is just going to be my beads, my buttons. I have some crochet and knitting needles. I've got my keychain stuff. I have a bunch of books for crochet as well, so those are all in here because I really don't use them too often. And when I am using beads and stuff, I usually grab the specific ones that I need and then just put the rest away because it is so messy trying to keep everything out and organized. Lastly, I just have all of my cotton yarn in this little top container because I use it the most and it's clear so I can see through everything. And then underneath it, I have my wool and my like alpaca yarn, all my fancy stuff. The bottom one is kind of miscellaneous. I've got my crochet hooks in here, my Crown Royale bags of scrap yarn, and then my current projects that I use this when I like put it in my purse so that nothing gets tangled up. So I have that stuff down there. There's a few other projects that I'm currently working on as well, just so they're all in one spot and they're easy to grab. Here's my donation pile. I'm throwing in this loom that I'd never use. I just want to remind everybody to always donate yarn that you don't use. Never throw it away. And if you don't want to donate it, you can cut it up real tiny and use it as stuffing. Alright, I vacuumed and my room is clean now. Thank you all for watching. I hope I didn't put you to sleep with my cleaning, but also I hope maybe I did because maybe you needed to go to sleep. I don't know. I hope I can encourage some of you to go through your stuff that you've been avoiding and organize it for the greater good. I'm gonna get started on a new project now that my room is clean, so I will see you next time if you care to come around.